Okay, so the slope of a line is the vertical change over the horizontal change. Now, what that means, it is the vertical, the up and down, over the horizontal, back and forth. So we will type that out. Most often it's called rise over run. I can't tell you, but rise has to do with going up and down, and run has to do with back and forth. So we're going to use this one as an example because we're going to calculate the rise over the run first. What you're going to do is count how many squares up to go to the other point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The rise for this line is 6, and it's positive 6 because it's going up. The run will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the run is 10. And again, because it's counting up the number line, it's positive. So your text for this will be 6 over 10. The problem is that needs to be reduced. So 6 is divisible by 2 and 10 is divisible by 2. So your final answer will be 3 over 5. So we're going to continue on. We're going to make sure that we totally understand what we're doing. This is a review of material that we should have covered by now. You have several of these, and positive slope will go uphill from left to right. The line travels upward from left to right, just like you're reading. So quite often I call it reading a graph because when you read from left to right. Same thing works because I've had some students get confused the other way. Uphill from just like you're reading. So that means a negative slope will appear to go downhill, down from left to right. So the line travels downward from left to right. An undefined slope. Now, I remember my crazy, I don't have any more of these. My crazy teacher, when I took school, she would go undefined to make us remember that it was a cliff. And what that means is that it goes straight up and down, which this line does not. I got to make it go straight up and down. There you go. So straight up and down. So a straight up and down line is, and that's not perfectly straight up and down, but do the best you can with it. It's easier to do. There we go. So an undefined slope is the line goes straight up and down. Oh, that's an H. Zero slope, the line has no movement up or down. It is a straight horizontal line. And I'll have to make sure that all of these are there for you all. I'm just copying and pasting the lines. And then this little arrow right there will allow you to drag it so that it turns. And I keep turning. I will do my best. Okay, hopefully that's pretty. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So therefore, well, I don't know why I have so many of them, but we'll fix that. No, we won't. I don't know what I did. So you guys just want to have that one. Pause. I'm going to fix this. Okay, I was able to fix that. So positive looks like it's going upward from right to left, like you're reading. Negative looks like it's going downward from left to right. And undefined slope, undefined, it looks like a cliff. And zero slope is boring, no slope. So that's what those are. We are now going to practice trying to get these. And I will do my best to make sure that you understand, but putting things in practice, like actually doing it on paper, will be the most helpful thing. We're going to be looking for the vertical change, which is the up and down over the horizontal change. And we're going to first look from point to point. There is an easier way that when you do it on your own, you might figure out. But right now we're going to focus on using what it has given us. So in this instance, I'm going to do what I did before and count the squares. I'm going to do my rise first. And in this case, it's down, so it's negative. But if I draw to connect them, I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's down. So it's negative 6. And my run is 1, 2, positive 2. So if I type this, negative 6 over 2, that just means negative 6 divided by 2. Well, that's negative 3, which I can write as negative 3 over 1. Sometimes it wants it with the 1 on the bottom. Sometimes it doesn't. If you're doing a project, you're going to have to ask the teacher or read the directions for which way it wants it. So we're going to do the next one in just a moment. All right, so let's try this one. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to try to figure out the rise, up and down, over the run, which is back and forth. Terrible writing. I'm so sorry. Okay, so let's up, 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 over, 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 over. And we're going to count. So my rise, 1 square, 2, 3, 4. So my rise is 4. And my run is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it is positive. So 4 over 6. But again, I cannot leave it like that because they are both divisible by 2. So 4 over 6 that's terrible. 4 over 6 turns into 2 over 3. Okay, so make sure that you have these ready. Big picture, you need to be able to count, okay? Let's do this one right here. Oh, this one is the one that I love because it's up, straight, and down, up and down, up and down. It's the cliff where it goes undefined. You're screaming as you fall down the cliff. So that one makes it really, really easy. I just type undefined. Okay, this one I do have to calculate the slope. So I'm going to draw my stairs. And I'm noticing that I went down, so I traveled downwards. It means it's decreasing. So this one is negative. This is my note to self because I will constantly forget it if I don't. And I'm going to count 1, 2. So it's negative 2 over the run, which is 1, 2. Negative 2 over negative 2. And if I reduce that, I get negative 1 over 1. So if I have negative 1 over 1, that equals negative 1 if I reduce. So this one is negative 1. All right. Continuing on, we're going to continue on with this, figuring our slope. Up, over. So it went up 1, 1, 2, 3 over 3. So the answer to this one is 1 over 3. My rise is 1. My run is 3. This one is a straight line. It has no slope whatsoever. It is flat. So it is 0 slope. All right. This is where you can make your own. So we're going to drag some points. I'm going to put a point right about there. And instead of counting, I'm going to count to place it. So I went up 1, making my stair step, and over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm going to drag my point there. And then I'm going to make it look terrible because I know that it doesn't work great. But I'm going to say that about like that. I could tell that you know how to determine slope because you placed your 2 points up 1 over 4. An undefined slope is that cliff. So that means that all the points, there's none. They're straight up and down. So that'll be just like this. All righty. One more to go. Slope of 0. Slope of 0 means that it is a straight line like so. And that is your point. Negative 2 over 3, I have to drag a point. I'm putting it about right there. And I'm going to draw. So negative 2 means I go down 2 over 3. I can drag my point to there so that it's matched. It's about right. Then hopefully I can use this little, not the easiest thing to do. There you go. Now I got it so that it's angled. Try to make that fit. Again, I can tell that you know it because your points will be right there. So there's the answers to these. We will be doing some practice activities in class. Continue to do the best that you can. If you have graph paper at home, do it on graph paper so that you can see it a little better because it's more difficult to do on the computer.